I at one point, I was going through my old streams, and I discovered that at one point, I had played so much Legend of Dungeon on stream that it was like I couldn't, for like a month of streaming, you couldn't go like 2 days without me playing Legend of Dungeon. It was insane. Okay, I have to do the controls for a sec. Something's a little bit off here. I think... please, that's not the start menu. Alright. Let's do this. Options. Controller. Use item attack button. Jump. Next item. Previous item. Drop item. Hotkey 1. Hotkey 2. Up, down, left, right. We'll call this... just Vinesauce is fine. I have a question to anyone. How do you choose a class? I tried this with the Oculus Rift, by the way. This game has Rift support. It's pretty good. I'd say this is one of the better Rift games I've played, if not the best, because you can like kind of look around and look in. It's trippy, but it's good. Oh yeah, is this a solid recommendation? Absolutely. Watch it for yourself, Psychotic, but I think you'll find that this is a really good game. But does anyone know how to change character classes? Is that in the game yet? You have to unlock them. Oh, okay. All right, so I haven't unlocked them yet. Alright, well, let's try to unlock them, if that's the case. Yeah, the Rift support is like looking into a diorama, and you can, you know, look... I can look down the hallway and see what enemies are all the way down the hallway. That's kind of how it works. It's pretty good. Wow, the first area there was this like mini boss creature. So the game is for anyone who hasn't played this game, I was addicted to this game for a long time. It's so levels are randomly generated, similar to Binding of Isaac. You have to go through a dungeon, collect treasure, collect weapons, items, and then make it back to the top with the treasure. And you get a ton of different weapon like categories that you can, you know, like magic books, swords, axes, the whole thing. You can summon enemies to help you, like summon like minions. There's a million different ways to do this. Like sometimes you'll just end up being a necromancer, and you'll be like, oh, okay, this is me now. Speaking of necromancers. I saw
Hobbit Part 3. The Battle of the Five Armies.
And I can talk a little bit about it if you guys want. if I talk about it, I want you guys to, spoilers. Slight spoilers. So, yeah. Just be aware of that, you know, mute for like 5 minutes if you need to. I'm so glad that you still hit yourself in the face with apples. Alright, so, okay, my favorite Hobbit movie was probably the first one. Or maybe the second one. Maybe the second one. The reason I say the first one is because it felt like a journey. It reminded me more of the Lord of the Rings, like, you know, feel of, like, people journeying to do a mission. It was, you know, it was cute, and it was probably more true to the book than the other ones. Martin Freeman, amazing. I love Martin Freeman. I think he's a fantastic actor. He does a great fucking job as Bilbo. And in the third movie, he does not disappoint. Now, that being said, I want to kind of jump around a little bit. I want to just talk about the movie and why it's not good. The first reason is that Bjorn, right, a character from the book, cool-ass character, fucking transforms into a giant bear. In the book, you read about him fucking up orcs in the Battle of the Five Armies. And it's badass sounding. Heavy hood of protection. Got a wizard here, fellas. Birthday cake. And you watch the movie, and Bjorn's in it for a total of 5 seconds. It's a cool scene, to be sure, but it's 5 seconds. Then there's a character that was invented for the movies called Alfred. A dude with a unibrow who's not funny, who is, I guess, supposed to be like a comic relief character. He is second to Stephen Fry's character in the movie, right? And then in the third movie, he gets like 20 minutes of screen time. So Bjorn gets 5 seconds of screen time. Oops, that potion's bad. Bjorn gets 5 seconds of screen time. This character, this wretched cunt of a character, who's not funny, who actually is a little Jar Jar-y, gets 20 minutes. And his character arc goes nowhere. There is no point to this character. He doesn't learn anything. Nothing happens. That's the spoiler. It's just pointless. I don't know why he was in the movie for as much. He was supposed to be like comic relief, I guess. Well, guess what? You have a fucking Hobbit named Bilbo Baggins, and Martin Freeman's a comic actor. Use him. Don't use this dirtbag that's not funny. So that is kind of the core of my problem. They spent too much time on shit that wasn't in the book, which is weaker than the shit that was in the book. And it's problematic. So, you know, there are some good battle scenes. Smaug is awesome. Smaug. This is a magic book I was talking about, by the way, guys. This is cool as fuck. Oh, look, it's this guy. Oh, shit. You know, the movie had a few moments. The CG was, like, wonky at times. It was like, ugh. Like, there's a character, played by an actor who has a degenerative disease. I think he has Parkinson's. And he plays Dane, brother of Thorin Oakenshield, right? He's all CG. You may ask, why is he all CG? It's because he's got Parkinson's. Right, so... my question is, why not get a different actor? Granted, he did a good job, but the character, this dwarf character, is all CG. And it's jarring. And it's noticeable and annoying. And I did not like it. It took me out of the movie. So, there's that. Just to bitch a little bit more, and make no mistake, this is a bitch fest. Because I do love Lord of the Rings, and I've read the books. I love the world. I love Tolkien's world. I'm a fan, and I want to just see it done right. And I did like the Hobbit trilogy, and by the end of the movie, I was really sad because I was like, oh man, this is the last time I'm going to see Peter Jackson's version of Middle-earth. And I think he did a great job with Middle-earth. I think it's a really, really tough thing to adapt, and PJ did a great job with it, and I'll miss it. Just like I didn't expect The Hobbit to ever get made. It was like, oh, let's go back to Middle-earth. And we did. And it was okay. It was disappointing for some, but I enjoyed it. Now, another thing that bothered me, though, aside from all the CG and blah, 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 are the boss fights. It seems like every character has to have a boss fight. And, like, Legolas had a boss fight. And, again, this is, like, semi-spoiler territory, but Legolas had a boss fight. And, like, he leveled up, I guess. And he's, like, doing all kinds of, like, crazy shit. And it was like watching a video game cutscene. There's one point I felt like I was watching a Bayonetta cutscene. And he's barely even mentioned in the book. So it's just blatant fan service. And, I'm not afraid to say that kind of bothered me a little bit. It's just slightly disappointing. Aside from people leveling up and getting fucking kill streaks, there is also, there's a few moments in the movie, it's like it's a 20-minute, not 20 minutes, it's like a 10-minute punch in the gut, emotionally. And I went to the theater, I was just like, I didn't want to feel. And, you know, it felt a little hammy to me, I'll tell you why, and then I'll leave it at this. This is spoiler. But, okay. If you've seen the previous Hobbit movie, there are two characters. There's an elf and a dwarf. The handsome dwarf that has minimal dwarf qualities falls in love, I guess, with hot elf lady. The substance of their relationship, quote-unquote, is a total of, like, 9 minutes of screen time. And we as an audience are made to believe that they are in love. And that is used again in the third movie. And it doesn't feel right because they've only had like 8 or 9 minutes or 10 minutes of screen time together. And it just feels like, well, wait a minute, you guys don't have any previous or extended interaction. What the fuck is this? Yeah, it's clunky. Clunky is the word. And there were a few moments I was face palming in the theater. Shame. Shame that. Do I have a favorite film of 2014? I guess it would be Interstellar. I haven't seen a lot of movies this year. I want to see Birdman, though. Well, how can I spoil a movie on a 70-year-old book? I don't know. I mean, because the movie is a lot different than the book. And I figured that, you know, people that want to see the movie without having the spoilers, maybe people that haven't read the book, I don't want to ruin it for them. You know, I would have been upset if people, I guess, ruined it for me. Because it's still, at the end of the day, it's its own thing. It's an adaptation. It's not a slave to the source material. And I've always been an advocate of PJ's ability to turn this stuff into a movie. Like, I don't mind the differences in Lord of the Rings. I go with them. Because it makes a better movie. And that's what we're watching. We're watching a movie. If I wanted to read the books, they're there, you know? But, in The Hobbit, it just got a little bit... something went wrong along the way. Just didn't work for me as well as it should have. And I guess one more thing. I don't want to leave off on a negative note, because I did like the movie. I'll tell you why I liked about it. Martin Freeman delivers an amazing performance. Perfect Bilbo. Some of the other dwarfs delivered a great performance. Richard Armitage as Thorin did a great job in this movie. Some of the sets, if they were green screen or not, I don't know, whatever. But they were great. there is a moment of the White Council where you see Saruman and the Gandalf and I don't want to spoil who else, but it's great. You know, there's some cool moments in there. It gets a little bit weird. There's a number of unresolved things that I hope are fixed in the extended edition. What else? Some of the battle was really cool. There's some creative moments. Tonally, it was a bit off, but it was fun to watch. And if you like the Lord of the Rings battles, if you like what PJ can do with the battle scene, I think you will like the battle in the Hobbit movie. And it was just resolution, you know. I don't know. This guy's wearing a Santa suit. Trying to think about what else. In the beginning of the movie, Bard uses his son as a bow and arrow. If you watch that scene, I just want you guys to watch the scene if you haven't seen it already, and I just want to pose a question to you. How the fuck did his son not get hit in the face with the bowstring? This incredibly huge and possibly decapitating bowstring. Thank you. Just keep an eye out on that, okay? He can adapt the Silmarillion. Before I go into the Silmarillion, yes, it was good. I liked the movie more than I didn't like the movie, but I was also baffled at some of the decisions that were made in it. And I really do feel like Peter Jackson is a great director, and I love watching him work. I love the world, and the movie had some great moments, and you know, I'll miss it. Now that leads into, so my review is go see it if you're a fan, and if you have no interest, this will do nothing for you. It's resolution that I think is worth seeing. Now, the Silmarillion, Tolkien's son, Christopher, apparently hates the movies. He absolutely hates what Peter Jackson's done with Lord of the Rings. Apparently, Tolkien sold the rights to The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings because I think he needed money. So studios had the rights to this stuff for a long time, but the Tolkien estate is not overly keen on this stuff existing. Like, I'm pretty sure they'd be content if these movies never existed. Holy shit, that necromancer almost killed me. So, yeah, Christopher Tolkien is very outspoken about not wanting, about not liking these movies, and I really don't think that they will give the rights to the Silmarillion to Peter Jackson. Now, that being said, let's say PJ got the rights to Silmarillion, right? And he wanted to do some more Lord of the Rings shit. Oh, look, the Tome of Vines. True story, the Tome of Vines was put in this game directly because of this stream. The question is Peter Jackson going to want to make more stuff in Middle-earth? Does he want to be that director who just does Middle-earth stuff? Or do you think maybe PJ wants to move on and do some other projects? To me, that's the real question. And after the mixed reception of The Hobbit, and frankly, some of it was downright negative and shitty, do you really think he's going to want to revisit that? And you know, like, here, have more of this after you guys called me a Hitler. And honestly, he could have done a better job with The Hobbit. It didn't need to be 3 movies, and if it was a little bit more loyal to the book, and he didn't invent characters that didn't need to be there, I feel like it would have been stronger. And tonally, he tried to get it too close to Lord of the Rings. I'm no screenwriter, I'm no director, I'm none of those things. But I love movies, and of course I want to see a movie be the best it can be. So, you know, yeah, I think there could have been some stuff done to The Hobbit that would have made it better. Would I like to see more stuff based in Middle-earth? Of course. Yeah, I would, actually. I would love to see more Middle-earth. With Peter Jackson directing? Sure. But I don't think it's gonna happen. Keep this hat on. I can assign hotkeys. I'm gonna assign this thing to an enchantment primer. Do I know Brain Dead? Yes. Or as it's called in America, Dead Alive. Love that movie. One of my favorites. That and The Frighteners. Like I said, I think Peter Jackson's great. There we go. How'd I get into science fiction? I guess it was Star Wars when I was younger. Or, I mean, how could you not be into science fiction? Science fiction's amazing. My first exposure to science fiction was video game science fiction. Like Metroid, you know? Stuff like that. But, I guess I always liked science fiction, but my real exposure to it was Star Wars. When I was like, how old was I? I guess I was about 8 or 9. My aunt bought me the Star Wars VHS tapes. And I shit you not, those things were in my VHS player for months. Months. To the point where I could, like, recite lines and tell you who directed them. And I remember, you know, this is... Whoa. Guys, what's going on here? My Cyclops is gonna take care of them, though. Maybe. So all I knew about Star Wars, what was on the back of the box of the VHS tape. Like, I didn't know a whole lot else about it other than that. And then eventually I got the action figures and stuff. So yeah, that was my big science fiction exposure, Star Wars. My favorite movie is Blade Runner. I think it's a beautiful movie. It's shot beautifully, the sets are amazing, the performances are really good. It's just, I think it's a great movie. And you can watch it and rewatch it endlessly and still learn new things about it, or see something new, or kind of, you know, see something in the background that you maybe never saw before. It's like one of those endlessly it's one of those endlessly watchable movies, in my opinion. Unknown Mortal Orchestra, yes, chill, Brad, I know them. So what were you supposed to do in this room if you didn't have a summon? I guess die? Honestly, these things go down super quick. Pretty much one hit and they're dead. I'm just worried about these Goblin Kings, though. I don't know how much damage they do, but they look like real assholes. One's dead. One's dead. Yes. I've never seen a room like this before, by the way. This is probably in the new version. Or only in the new version, I should say. Nimble Goblin Hat of Feebleness. Enchantment Prime. I have too much stuff. I'm like hoarding stuff. What are my thoughts on Blade Runner 2? Did you guys read that Harrison Ford said that it was one of the best scripts he ever read? Ridley Scott says they cracked a story and that they're excited. You know, I don't think he's making it next. He might not even direct it, but it looks like Harrison Ford's gonna be brought back in. How do I feel about it? I don't know. After Prometheus, I'm skeptical. Part of me wants it very badly. Another part of me thinks they'll fuck it up. And if Ridley directs it, it'll look good. But I don't know if it's gonna have the same magic that Blade Runner had. Leaked Metroid 64 ROM. No, I haven't heard about that. The only reason I'm not throwing equipment away is because it's 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm hoping to do this run a little bit quickly. And not, you know, putz about with equipment. I actually want to, like, start this game earlier next time and actually do some legit Legend of Dungeoning. Because the new stuff in this game... I want to unlock the classes and stuff. What's this? Safety flaming cowboy hat. Cowboy hat. That's flaming. Wow. Oh, I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna wear it. Just an axe. There we go. Just a plain old axe. One that's not clumsy. Guys, what is this? Dino Man Bruiser. I think I could buy him and like have him come with me. I'm not gonna buy him because I want to save my high score. Because, like, I don't think this run's gonna last very long. I mean, it might last longer with him, but yeah, let's just let it do its thing. Just let the chips fall where they may. Oh, here's another room. You know what's kind of amazing? I had a dude today. I was at the place I go to. Safety shield. I was at the place I go to get. It's a German bar. They have bands on the weekends. I like the place a lot. They have some good beer, good food. Anyway, so I'm there. And there's this band playing like really bluesy stuff. They're doing some covers, but it's like two guitarists, this awesome blues singer, like just sitting there on his amp, just playing the guitar and just sounding awesome. Lead guitarist, a drummer who apparently was in Rush at some point. Like obviously it's not Neil Peart, but it's just some dude that maybe like played with Rush. Incredible drummer. And I'm watching this performance, and I'm like kind of getting really into it. And they're doing all these great songs. And then at one point, the dude, the singer, like, you know, he's playing, and he's then in the middle of the song. I'm sorry, I can't explain. It's late. I had some stuff to drink. It's a million reasons why I'm not talking right. In the middle of his song, he says, thank you everyone for coming out. He said, I hope more people, you know, stay for the next set and don't leave. But then he was like, you know, but then again, it's all about the quality and not the quantity. And then he pointed to me, he goes like, he's like, you know, you give me strength. Pointing to me, he was like, you give me strength. You know, strength. And guys, he fucking said strength. First he said strength, and then he said strumpf. I was like, holy shit, I say strumpf. I was like, you're welcome. That's the whole story. So I guess he enjoyed my enthusiasm. I'm a bit animated when I watch music, not too much, but if I'm really like into a guitar solo or something, or you know, if the drummer's doing something amazing, you can tell that I like it. It's not hard. So yeah, he told me I gave him strumpf. He was like this older like black bluesy guy, and he had like a really good blues voice. It was this poor penguin. I got a penguin, guys. Safety Turbo Shatner 2000 of power. Clumsy penguin of power. Oh. Now let's just go to the next floor. Clumsy penguin, so that'll probably slow me down a bit. Oh my god. Yeah, it's easy to get way too many items in this game. What do I think of Load by Metallica? I see you've asked that question maybe 24 times since you've got here. The truth is, I don't remember it. Seriously. That's one of those albums that my cousin and I listened to like a few times when it first came out, but I was never a huge Metallica or metal fan. I like a lot of Metallica. I think they're great, and when they were at their best, they were amazing. But yeah, I wasn't like Black Album. I know that one pretty well, but I was never a huge Metallica fan. I was never like, I never sought them out. I never listened to songs album by album. with them. What do I think of music? No. I don't know what Chaos Reborn is. Oh, fuck. That lowered my defense. Do I seem like the kind of guy that would know what a band called Chaos Reborn sounds like? And I now have full health. Safety Reluctant Ethereal Wolf Mask. Sorcery Pamphlet. Yo, I'm pretty sure I spawned all these bad enemies. Yeah, I'm leaving this room. It's a damn shame we won't be able to watch the interview. It's just gonna be James Franco squinting and Seth Rogen going, Kim Jong-un. That's it. You just saw the movie. Congratulations. I've said this before, but the Streisand effect right now is making the movie seem more desirable. I want to see it. Like, I want to see the movie, but I know that it's not because the movie is like it's not like a biting satire. It's just a dumb movie with Seth Rogen and James Franco. And don't get me wrong, I like dumb movies. I really do. But oh, that was a fart potion. I'm sure, listen, I'm sure it's gonna be marginally funny at times. But yeah, I mean, think about... Wow. I just killed a Minotaur with a little axe. Think about, like, what you felt when you first saw the trailer, before this became controversial, and just apply that to now, and the wait to watch this movie will become a lot less difficult. Vinny, what do you want for Christmas? There's a lot of things that how do I want to answer that? Because, like, there's the honest answer where my mind went to immediately, but it's a little bit depressing. And then there's the wacky, you know, me streamer Vinny answer, where it's like, you know, I want video games. I don't really need it. I don't really do anything for Christmas anymore. It's one of those it reminds me of things. My grandmother on my dad's side, you know, is a little sick too, so it's like it's not really the best of holidays. It's not something I'm really interested in celebrating. Of course, I'll do some Christmas stuff on the stream because that's what I like to do. Reg's gonna send me a Captain Picard body pillow for Christmas. This wizard tome. I'm gonna hold on to this. Fight him, Minotaur. Don't fight me. you can flood a room with these skulls, and when they find their target, the target does not have much of a chance. Normally, I check potions and try to, like, see exactly what it is they do. But tonight, like I said, it's late, so every potion has the potential to do something good or bad. And it's a good idea to write them down. What's this thing? Clumsy Sacket. Safety Night Helm of Feebleness. Oh, that's actually kind of good. Clumsy Sacket. -2. Actually, I do know what I want for Christmas, and that is a vacation to a place with warm weather. This is something I could probably make happen. Oh, on a side note, I was invited to Con Bravo. Does anyone know what that is? In Ontario, Canada. I got an email about it. I'm not sure I'm gonna do it because I don't have a passport or anything, and I'm not really sure what they would want me to do there. Like, just go and stand on a stage or something. Does anyone know what this is? Vaguely heard of it. One person vaguely heard of it. I just want to go on vacation, yeah, with James Franco and Seth Rogen. I want James Franco to squint with me at the sun. That would be a great vacation. We'll go to North Korea together. But yeah, I was invited to Con Bravo. It's in Ontario. What the fuck? And I guess part of me was interested because I'd just maybe go someplace new. But I really don't think that many people know who I am. Like, especially at a convention that last year had 4,000 people. It could be fun. But I just, again, I'm not really sure what they want me specifically for. Like, what am I gonna do there? Hi, I'm Vinny. I stream a lot, and sometimes I upload videos. Let me tell you about Sponge meme. Sponge is a guy that has a big mustache. He's the Mario brother that no one knows about, that no one cares about, that it soaks up all the sadness in the world, and everyone would just look at me and vomit collectively. That would be it, pretty much. Wow, this tome creates boxes. Just empty boxes. Apparently JonTron was at Con Bravo last year. That was the email. It's like, it's flattering. I still don't, like, believe this is happening. You know, that people would invite me to stuff like that. It's kind of awesome. Extremely, like I said, extremely flattering. But, you know, at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to ultimately affect who I am if I get invited to the odd convention every now and then. It just sounds like a lot of fun, really. Zarp, you're one of the snarkiest people here. You are a very snarky soul. I do enough self-defacing for the both of us, my friend. I'm about to die. I'm about to die. Vinny, did you ever see Zardoz? Yes, the gun is good, the penis is evil. Yes. Zardoz is one of those movies that I bought because it had a funny cover. And my friends and I watched it, and my friends at the end of it looked at me and said never again. And to this day I still don't have friends. No, we just didn't watch any more shitty movies unless we were sure that the movie was gonna be at least, like, funny bad. Zardoz is a funny movie because it's just so wacky, but it's, like, boring as fuck. How am I doing with the X-Files? I am almost done with season 2, and I really do love the show. There's some really great moments in the show. I love the theme of it. I love... David Duchovny is the man. Let's face it. That is a cool motherfucker. If I've ever seen... Oh. Oh, God damn it. I got killed by the Warlock. If I was paying more attention, I probably wouldn't have gotten killed. But maybe it's for the best. Cross Stitch, that's actually one of the more weak episodes, I would say. But you're coming up to one, Cross, that is amazing. There's an episode with, it's a Scully-centric episode, and the actor who plays Grima Wormtongue, Brad Dourif, is in it, and he is an incredible character actor. I forget the name of the episode, but it's great. It's fantastic. Oh my, yeah, those scores. Hey, I'm 103 in the world with that score. Alright. Well, that was fun. Would I ever stream myself playing music? No. Stop making sense. You're new to my streams. You want to know my favorite bands. We've done this before. Hang on. No, I would never stream myself playing music or anything. Why do I not do Rocksmith at the moment is because Rocksmith right now is just bumming me out because it's crackly and there's delay in it, and And I would like to play Rocksmith, and I'm going to try it again. I'm going to look online for tips to get rid of that shit. But it's like the concept is great, and I know I could have a good time with it, and I would love to stream more of it. But when music sounds crackly, and when I play the guitar and it happens a half second later, it's the most infuriating and frustrating thing ever. So I don't know. If I can get it fixed, yeah, you'll get more Rocksmith. As for Stop Making Sense, one of your favorite bands is the Talking Heads. So I would say that's also one of my favorite bands. I'll give you a quick rundown of bands I love at the moment. And then art. I could always talk about music. Happy to really introduce people to bands. People sometimes message me and they say, Vinny, thank you for showing me the Talking Heads or Teenage Fan Club or Wilco. And they're like, I listen to all of it and I like it and it helps me get through tough times. And that's pretty much all I could ask for. That's why I start the stream with songs, because I really just want people to check out new music, because I never really had that. Like, I never really had people. If people were too pushy about music, I would back away from it. And if people weren't pushy and I didn't know about it, well, then I didn't fucking know about it. So I don't try to shove it down your throat. I just play a song when I start streaming. And if you like it, you listen. If you don't, well, stream's about to start. Fuck you. So that's how I feel. But, okay, favorite bands at the moment. Let's see. Tame Impala, still. A band called Teenage Fan Club, I would recommend. Talking Heads. Let's see. Tom York's solo album is really good. Wilco has a Rarities album that just came out. I love it. The first McCartney solo album I've been listening to for the first time, and that's good. Primal Scream is a band I've been listening to. There's an album called Screamadelica that I think is amazing. What else? Unknown Mortal Orchestra. Radiohead, always a big Radiohead fan. In general, all the classic rock stuff. The Doors, Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. What else? Queen, huge Queen fan. David Bowie is like David Bowie should be a lot higher. I just recommend David Bowie a lot. And what else? Early 90s stuff. I've been listening to Alice in Chains a lot more lately, and Soundgarden. And I guess that's it for now. So that's the kind of music I listen to. So hope it helps. And Beck and Big Star. Those are two more. Okay. So let's start with art. It's rock. I'm predictable. Okay, first piece of art. Hamster Boy Genius. Wow. Love the style on that. I like the way you textured. I mean, is it really... It looks like it's done on a tablet, but it also looks like watercolor, and I'm not into art. I can't into art, rather, and I don't really know exactly how you did this, but I like it a lot. I know what I like. So, thanks for that. From Captain Palace. Here's a wintry Christmas-themed vine shroom. Still behind on my emails, by the way, and whoever sent me an email, apologies. I've been slacking. I still got like 50. I find myself getting like 100 emails a week now. So please keep them short. This one is from Frame Buffer. Santa Sauce is coming to town, fuckers. From I'm No Horseface. It's a Sanic Ball piece. From Reishi Girl. Again, another Sanic Ball one. From Jareen. That reminds me, I'm also into the White Stripes because Jolene, they covered Jolene. And Jack White stuff is good. This is really cool. I like this, Jareen. Thank you. It's always nice to see little like portraits. From Noble Smash, here's a 3D Vine Shroom. From Pizza Sunglasses, I lose a Smash drinking game. I get home and settle down and see if Vinny's streaming and I see this shit. I lost both my pencil and my black crayon halfway through this. Okay, well done. From Fezian, ground control to Major John. Ground control to Major John. From Breadotop. This is the depressing and grim reality of me playing Sonic Ball. From Cheese 42, from Cheese 462K. Let me load up a few other ones. From Annabelle is awesome. What the hell is going on here? Oh. Is that, am I Joel's true love? That's how it's tagged. Yeah, I should have, I don't know. From Sokoto, make some noise. Me and Hootie telling people to make noise. From Cold Carrera, Vinesauce will be RB. From Fury, extra large, excuse me. The Binding of Toad. I like this crossover. This is, I give this one a thumbs up. I would play Binding of Toad. It'd be like Mario items and just like infernal noises. That's a nice piece of art you got there. From Sokoto. Yes. Sometimes I just play games because I figure that you guys want to see it. I've been a lot better with that. Okay, you haven't seen too many alien jump type games lately. There was a point where people were sending me fantastic games, or like egg likes, or games like the Fantastic Game for months and months and months, and the games were shitty as fuck. And I would just play them because I thought people would want to see it. Let's face it, if you want your stream to be popular, there are some things you have to concede to. You got to play a clunker every now and then. All right? I don't know what it is. People like seeing shitty games. I like playing shitty games. But that doesn't mean I like the game itself. So, you know, if I'm playing Sonic Ball, for example, I'm dead on the inside when I play that game. But you enjoying that gives me strength. You see? From Elite Tube. Mr. Game & Watch. Hootie, would you like some sausage? From Living Tar. Fuckfist Destroyer. 30 minutes of nothing but some guy strumming the D chord. That's easy. I can make that album like right now if you want. From Omocat. King Sausage. Get Mr. Vine & Watch. From Elite Tube. This is a BRB. And a few more. Oh, God, sorry. From Zero Insignia. Drawing my Smash mains when you started, so I threw in some Vinesauce. Cool. So, Crenando and Villager. You are piss. I can't stop calling him Nando because of you. I'm sorry, it's a mind virus. Like I said, when I heard the story, it was all over for me. They told me that the guy called him Crenando because he couldn't read the TV because he didn't have because the screen was too small and he was high. And everyone laughed because it's Ganondorf and he said Crenando. As soon as I heard that story, his name was Crenando from that day forward. And I'm sorry if it's for you as well, but it's better this way, trust me. From Can't Speak German. Here's a vine mist tree, I guess. That's cute. From Will Smith. You know. Is that alpaca? Yeah. Yeah. From Breadotop. Here's me fighting Hootie. That's frightening. But I like how in order to defeat Hootie, I must defeat him with a tree. Fully uprooted. From Buru Muju Fu Manju. What is this name? Dear God, what are you doing? Vinny, you are slowly becoming nocturnal. Please get help. I know. I know. Notice how my streams are slowly slipping later and later and later. It's not going to keep happening. Trust me. I promised I was going to do Legend of Dungeon, and so I did Legend of Dungeon. Also from Hamster Boy Genius, here's a BRB. There's just some drawings just scattered that are related to my streams. Like from Tree, Jen. From Fretless, oh, he finally updated and drew his peoples. Nice. Fretless is back. I like Fretless. That's the dude who maintains the thing, the TV tropes, the Tomodachi page, which I quite enjoy, to be honest. I can't believe TR sent me all these shitty games. This is a BRB by Boulder, Special Agent Boulder, like from Bourbon Rogers, and from. Oh, that's it. That's the art. That's what we've got. If I missed anything, oh wait, I did miss something. I missed this from Purple Hive. It's horrifying. And now I can finally go to bed. So, okay. Good night. I will try not to make this a habit. And I will see you guys probably tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Sleep well. And don't let the bed bugs bite. Good night.